Now to a Target 12 investigators exclusive tax-free rides. The unpopular and expensive car tax is a non-issue for nearly 5,000 cars, trucks, and buses in the city of Providence. A Target 12 investigation finds these tax-free vehicles belong to nonprofits like colleges and hospitals, as well as government agencies.
But we also found some for-profit businesses enjoying the perk as well, and it's millions of dollars in lost revenue every year for City Hall.
Target 12 investigator Tim White is here now with the exclusive details.
Roughly 4 years from now, it's likely no one in Rhode Island will be paying the car tax as the House Speaker's plan moves forward. But our investigation finds nonprofits and other agencies in Providence have been driving around tax-free for years. Nonprofits, big and small, are exempt from paying taxes on buildings and land. Churches, hospitals, and schools escape the property tax man every year. The practice has been a hot-button issue in cash-strapped Providence for decades, but Target 12 also found those same nonprofits enjoy another tax perk. They don't have to pay the dreaded car tax either. A Target 12 review of city finance data finds $3.8 million in car tax revenue was exempt in the most recent fiscal year. Most of the 4,500 cars, trucks, and buses are from government and quasi-public agencies. Data shows roughly 1,000 vehicles belong to nonprofits and businesses, totaling nearly $500,000 a year in lost revenue. And it's not just work trucks. Target 12 found luxury cars as well. 3 BMWs and a Lexus were being used by officials at Johnson & Wales University. A spokesperson says 2 were recently sold, but the president is driving this 2016 BMW X3, and another BMW is a loaner car. The university allowed Target 12 to take video of the president's car. The head of the nonprofit Groden Center is driving a 2015 Audi A3. A spokesperson tells us they plan to sell the car and it wasn't available to be photographed. We found a Mercedes, again tax-free, assigned to a neighborhood church, as is a Cadillac at a different church. Could the city use that money?
The city can always use the tax dollars.
For years, Providence City Councilman John Igliozzi has had a front row seat as the city has tried to get more money from nonprofit organizations.
I think the better way for all the hospitals and the colleges to handle this is that they should probably instead of declaring it as a tax-exempt college or hospital property, give a stipend to that employee so that employee then can buy a vehicle, rent a vehicle or lease a vehicle. It goes on the tax rolls.
State law allows these cars to be used for non-agency business. At Providence College, a spokesperson says a Lincoln MKX and another car are assigned to a vice president and a member of the chaplain's office for travel associated with the duties of their respective jobs and for personal use. And it's not just nonprofits. This Infiniti SUV owned by Peter Pan Bus Lines is on the city tax-free list. A spokesperson for the company tells us they didn't know the car wasn't being taxed until we pointed it out, and it shouldn't have been off the tax rolls. Peter Pan tells us they are going to review 6 years worth of records to find out how long that SUV has been off the tax rolls, and they're going to repay the city any back taxes. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.
And new at 6, our Target 12 investigation is already getting results. How colleges and universities are responding to our findings. Tax-free rides continues tonight at 6 on Eyewitness News.
Now to a Target 12 investigators exclusive tax-free rides. You pay your car tax, but we've learned thousands of cars, trucks, and buses are off the Providence tax rolls.
Live at 5, we revealed how luxury cars belonging to nonprofits escaped the tax man. New at 6, we reveal how our report has already prompted action. Target 12 investigator Tim White is here now with his findings.
Like buildings and land, state law allows cars owned by nonprofits to go untaxed, but now colleges tell us they're going to review their own policies. Nearly 5,000 cars, trucks, and buses are on this tax-exempt list in the city of Providence, most of them owned by government and quasi-public agencies, but nearly 1,000, totaling almost $500,000 a year in revenue, belong to colleges, churches, hospitals, and other nonprofits. Target 12 found some luxury cars get this perk, including 3 BMWs and a Lexus owned by Johnson & Wales University on the list from the most recent fiscal year, as well as a Mercedes at a church, a Caddy at another, and an Audi A3 being driven by the head of a nonprofit. A spokesperson for Johnson & Wales says they have already sold 2 of the luxury cars, but this BMW is driven by the president of the university. Could the city use that money?
The city can always use the tax dollars.
City Councilman John Igliozzi thinks nonprofits should give some staffers a motor vehicle stipend so the cars remain on the tax rolls.
So we have to figure out the proper balance to promote, a positive, equitable city it's fair and equitable to the taxpayers on one end, and also for the growth and improving growth and positive growth of the hospitals and the colleges growing in the city.
We reached out to the head of the Independent College Association of Rhode Island about the luxury cars. He says, "I don't believe the intent over time was to escape taxes, and in the wake of our findings, the institutions are going to review their procedures." Target 12 also discovered a glitch on the list. This Infinity SUV owned by Peter Pan Bus Lines was off the tax rolls, but the company says that's a mistake and is now going to repay the city any back taxes it owes.
As you know, the city's finances we're always battling on a daily basis to maintain a balanced budget and paying their obligations.
A spokesperson for Providence Mayor Jorge Elorza tells us they are now going to review the tax-free motor vehicle list for themselves. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.